Hello everyone, I welcome you to another video by Legacy IAS where we're going to talk about something that India can be proud of. Proud of what India is capable of doing on its own, self reliant. How it has managed to achieve greater heights in the domain of defense, which is essential for securing our borders, securing our people, and India's pride and dignity. We're talking about how, through Make in India, or rather indigenously developed light combat helicopter that India has developed, and it is ready to be in the skies protecting and helping India. So we're going to talk about the details of this particular video and something that is probably very important for your UPSC examination. Now, as far as the background of this entire development of indigenous defense systems are concerned in India, we're looking at a fact that all these years there has been some amount of gap in terms of how we've not paid attention to how we can develop indigenously attack helicopters. Okay, for a very long time, even after independence, there has not been too much progress that has been made in this direction. Particularly, there was a realization post the Kargil war that we do need light combat helicopters. All right. So in 2022, we're looking at the light combat helicopters developed through indigenous efforts, through indigenous research and development in that direction. Obviously, we are looking at the backdrop of the entire conflicts which have taken place in Ukraine and how that has made us realize that we do need to protect ourselves with heavy weapon systems and platforms, because today the vulnerability has really increased and we all need to have to protect ourselves. In this regard, we are looking at the induction of these particular helicopters at a time when we are celebrating the 75th year of our independence, Amrit Kal, all right, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav is getting celebrated, and these indigenously designed and developed light combat helicopter is being inducted into the Indian Air Force. At this particular time, we're also looking at four of these light combat helicopters to be delivered around October, and entire issue being operational around November of the first week. We are looking at the Indian Air Force becoming the seventh country to have these attack helicopters. So that is why the timing of this particular event is also very significant for us. Let us see what exactly these light combat helicopters are all about. We have actually named them as Prachanda. Okay, according to the defense minister, this particular helicopter is not just something which is made out of, rotors, engines, and blades, but a lot of our patience, dedication, and patriotism of all the scientists and engineers have been put into it. It is a way of applauding their efforts and their work in this direction. In fact, it's a testimony to how India is indigenously designing, developing, as well as manufacturing and strengthening the Atma Bharat mission of India, especially in the area of defense. Now, if we look at what this particular helicopter is all about, if we look at the features of this particular helicopter, we are looking at an indigenously developed 5.5-ton multi-role combat helicopter which is designed and manufactured by HAL. It has both ground attack as well as aerial combat capability. Lot of characteristics which are made very robust to particularly attack the night. During the night, the capabilities which it needs during that time of the entire 24 hours. Onboard advanced navigation system, guns which are tailored for very close combat, air-to-air missiles make it extremely suitable for present-day battlefield and the present-day attacks which are expected to come up. We also are looking at LCH as the only helicopter which is capable of flying at an altitude of 5,000 meters, all right, with a considerable amount of weapons and fuel. So it really has that strength within itself to carry it and also go to such a great height. It is armed with guns, rocket systems, and air-to-air missiles. We are looking at state-of-the-art technology being inducted into it with a lot of features like reduced visual, radar and infrared signatures, crashworthiness features which will help in better survivability of these particular LCH. Alright. In this entire background, if we look at the significance of these helicopters, they, as we just discussed, meets all the requirements which are required for modern warfare. Alright, necessary parameters to work in varied conditions. It is capable of self-protection as it itself carries a wide variety of ammunition, alright, and capable of delivering it quickly as well. So it's extremely versatile, meets the needs of our armed forces in all kinds of terrains. So we're looking at a good timing when it can be used, night attacks as well, aerial combats, and also varied terrains, which is very helpful for both our army as well as our air force. We are looking at a potential of being at par or sometimes even better than the global helicopters used for attack. They are capable of destroying enemy air defense, engaging a lot of counter-insurgency operations, extremely important in our border areas, capable of offensive operations in very high altitude areas like Siachen Glacier and Eastern Ladakh. Now you understand how significant this particular combat helicopter is. We're looking at a time when we are troubled with our neighbor on the east particularly, who's really being very expansionist, very aggressive, and it's important to keep ourselves prepared at all points of time. The entire credit here, or rather the pivotal force behind this, is the Indian Air Force, because just as this particular aircraft, this particular helicopter is being inducted into the Indian Air Force, we are increasing our trust into the force even more, all right, that we have indigenously prepared it. It actually indicates that we are looking at the Indian Air Force to be one of the top forces of the world. The induction actually adds to a unique capability of the entire Indian Air Force. So in that sense, it is really something to be extremely proud of as Indian citizens and also people of this country, that we've managed to achieve something and we are looking at much greater achievements in the future. I hope you have enjoyed watching the video. Let us know by liking it, share it with those who don't really know yet about these helicopters, and subscribe for more such videos. Thank you so much.